Hello everybody and welcome to Pelicamp. Yes, this is the video in which I'm going to show you our property here, what we've done with this acre of North Florida forest, Big Bend area, and we're gonna start at the beginning.
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
We are standing in front of our new property. Yeah, our undeveloped property. As you can see behind us, it's just a wooded lot. It's 1 acre, and we are going to try to clear it.
It all began a couple of years ago when we watched a video by Rob and Trish, the average campers, fellow YouTubers, now friends and neighbors actually, and in that video they tell the story of how they found this piece of land here in this area of Florida and how they developed it, cleared the land and everything that is involved in that process of creating what is basically a homestead. And the most appealing aspect of this area of Florida is that there's no regulation telling you that you have to build a house or anything like that in your property. They have some regulations, of course, but basically you can have up to 4 RVs in an acre of property. And that was very appealing because I needed a place to park the trailer. It's kind of halfway between Miami and Atlanta, and we've discovered it is a very nice area, very quiet, very old Florida. So in this video, basically I'm gonna tell you the story of how we did the same thing. We bought what was an acre of basically raw forest, basically looked kind of like that back there. and we turned it into what I've decided to call Pelicamp. We still need to find a name for Peli the Pelican, or maybe we can call him Taylor, since we are in Taylor County. Or Perry, since Perry is the closest town. In any case, here's the story of Pelicamp. We are now on I-10, driving to the west into the sunset.
Take exit 262 from Madison County to...
But we're gonna take a quick detour because we want to check out Taylor County, Florida, where Perry, Florida is located. The average campers moved there and they really like it, so...
Yes, we took a detour from our summer 2019 trip just to see this area. These are the worst possible weather conditions if we were to consider something this rural. At least we can see it doesn't flood all that much. The idea initially would be to have a piece of bare land with utilities where we could park the RV with hookups and maybe develop it further in the future. Obviously, more research shall go into this. It is now over a year later, and Rob and Trish very graciously have invited us to stay at their place. And by the way, they've been great hosts, and I love what they've done with the place. Oh, we slept so well last night. In this area of Florida, it actually cools down at night a little bit, even in late June, so we didn't have to run the AC all night long like we usually do. And it is so peaceful. At 10 a.m., Shannon, the realtor, showed up and we went to look at some properties. And this is what they look like in the raw. So a little bit of work would have to go into it, which I don't really mind if the price is right. Imagine having a piece of land that you can shape to your liking and nobody really cares what you do with it. You can build a mansion or just full hookups for your RV, and you are just a few minutes away from the Gulf of Mexico. I don't know, sounds pretty good to me.
We get dolphin out here, so when you're out on your boat, the dolphins come by, and yeah, it's really beautiful.
That's a lot of fiddler crab. I have never seen anything like it. So, after looking at half a dozen properties, nothing really screamed at me, buy me, buy me. But we're still looking. By the way, Shannon Wyrick, the realtor, super cool guy, and I really appreciate the time he took to show me around. Till next time, Rob and Trish, thank you for the hospitality.
Let me tell you about Skillshare, who's sponsoring this episode. And Skillshare is an online learning community curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. Whether you are just getting started or you're a pro, you are a creative, and they have classes for every skill level, so you'll find something for you. And let me tell you, there is always something to learn. And I've been doing pretty good at long form video, but not so much doing like stories or reels. So I'm looking at this class called Video for Instagram. Tell an engaging story in less than a minute by Helis Narvaez, because I want to up my game a little creating short form content. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Besides the purely creative, they also have courses on productivity, business, really all kinds of subjects. Now, the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click on the link in my description will get 1 month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today.
When I returned to Miami from the summer 2020 road trip, I realized I couldn't keep both trailers at my house. Not enough driveway. So I briefly decided to sell Minitini, the original, and then I changed my mind and put it in storage, and decided to go back to Perry to finally find that dream property. I didn't want to impose on Rob and Trish, so I stayed at the KOA, and I had kind of decided on a property already, sight unseen. It was priced right, so as soon as I arrived, I drove down just to see it. Beautiful day here today in Perry, Florida.
Take the next right onto US 19 South, US 27 alternate south.
I can't wait to see this property in person. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but we won't know until we go see it. So I'll let you know when we get there. This is it. A lot of work will have to be put into it, but I can see the potential. I think this is that acre of Florida forest I've been looking for. Well, today we're going back. We're going back to see the property and to see other properties too, because there may be more than one choice here. And, you know, the key word here is options. Let's see how many options there are. We have an unsightly dead tree here at the front by the power lines, but other than that, I like it. We have neighbors on both sides developing their own acres. Yeah, I think this is the one.
I just want to show everybody what seems to be the finalist here in our home search here.
For your YouTube debut?
As you saw, I just flew the drone here, and this is it. And according to Rob, this would be relatively easy to clear. And I don't know how close should we walk, but we have a neighbor on this side and one on the other side. This is 1 whole acre here. And I love the Spanish moss draped trees like those over there. We might have to cut a couple of them. And this would be more or less where our central congregation area would be, I suppose. All this gotta be cleared out. Probably gonna get rid of that tree too.
Yeah.
Or part of it.
Or at least part of it.
And look at this. This is a pine. This is a Florida. That's a Florida pine right there. I didn't notice it before.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous
I think that's the only pine we have. Everything else is oak, right?
No, this is pine right here.
This is a pine too. All right.
Yeah, beautiful pine.
So we're gonna try to keep those, and the property.
You can see on the ground the needles from the pine, and that's going to make a nice layer of coverage, you know, to give that natural look.
I want to keep it as natural as possible. Look at this. This is beautiful up here. Look at this. It's a shame that that tree is dead because it's beautiful. Ooh.
It is a nice tree, but it looks like that Spanish moss has gotten the best of it.
Yep. Yeah, Spanish moss is beautiful, but I've learned that it tends to kill the trees in the long run. So, yeah, this is it, guys. That's Rob, that's Shannon right there, who's gonna help me out getting this.
Shannon Wyatt, Junior Realtor. Check me out on Instagram and Facebook. If I can help y'all in any way, call me. 850-973-7890.
All right, you heard it from the man himself. So yeah, we're gonna. I don't know what we're gonna do, but I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on this one.
We're gonna have a clearing party. I think it's gonna be a fantastic property for you.
So I wrote a check, signed on the dotted line, and the rest is history. This, by the way, is Adams Beach, the place where I lost my previous drone, and I'm probably a fool, right, for flying here again. Let's explore the area a little bit. This is Yates Creek and the place where there used to be a free public boat ramp, but not anymore. Apparently the county didn't renew the lease. At least we have this other area here. Such a beautiful, unspoiled part of the Sunshine State. This town with all the cute houses on stilts is called Deckle Beach, and there are several of these dotting the Big Bend coastline. The largest, perhaps Steinhatchee, a good 30 miles southeast. This is it, Steinhatchee, on the Steinhatchee River, and we'll revisit soon when I come back with Ely. Minitini I rides again. 2 weeks have passed and we're going back to Taylor County, towing Minitini I, the original one. Rob and Trish have agreed to store it in their property until it can be moved to my new place. Yes, my new place. We're closing this week. Good morning. We are in Perry, Florida, and let's go for a little tour of the historic downtown area here. And seems very nice, actually. Came by the property to do a more detailed survey with the drone. There are several natural clearings I want to take advantage of. A cute little pine tree that I definitely want to save. And that's how close we are to the Gulf of Mexico, as seen from 400 feet above ground level. Very shallow waters, very calm seas. I spent over an hour walking around the property, trying to decide what I want to do, determine where things are going to go. And this area here, this is probably where the driveway is gonna go, somewhere, you know, where that dead oak is right there, and just to the south of that power pole there is my neighbor already put a fence, so we may not need to put one ourselves. This natural clearing here will probably be either a guest site or the final resting place for Minitini I. I'm really liking it. Here's the back of the property, which I later found out is a private road. And those are the survey markers. Can't help but imagine what this will look like once it's finished. Let's head down to Steinhatchee for lunch, and we've heard Roy's is pretty good, and it is early, so we're almost the only ones here.
Well, yeah, it's been a weird kind of day YouTube-wise because I haven't been filming much. But we just ate here at Roy's, by the way. Excellent. I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, not so surprised. I knew. I had heard great things about it, but this is Steinhatchee here, and I didn't even film the food because we were starving. In any case, we're gonna continue exploring the area now, and yeah, that's me too as well back there. Yeah, I'm using the iPhone. Keeping it simple.
We've heard of this place called Steinhatchee Falls, so that's where we're going next. Calling it a waterfall might be a stretch, even by Florida standards. It's more like a cascade or a rapid, but it is beautiful nonetheless. This is such a gorgeous part of Florida. I can't wait to start exploring it more, now that we are going to have a home base nearby. Almost a month has passed. And once again, I'm making the trek to what will become known as Pelicamp. And let me tell you, this 420-mile commute, 8 hours one way, is starting to get old, real quick. But it must be done.
Good morning. Today we're gonna begin working and not put too much coffee. Oh, what I've decided to call Pelicamp South.
I'm gonna start by mowing the front here, get rid of all these prickly plants, and Rob is coming in a little bit to help with the clearing.
Oh yeah, memory card filled up, so I put a brand new one, and look who's here.
Hey.
Rob came to help, so now things get serious. Now things are gonna get serious. We're gonna
Oh yeah, we're
get rid
serious
of
now.
all this stuff here. Well, we'll see.
Can you tell Rob has a lot more experience at this? In any case, we're making a dent, and that's what's important. All of these trees are so tangled up, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. I think we should call ourselves Rob and Rob, the Palmetto Slayers. What do you think? Let me tell you, they are tough, especially the roots. Let me try my hand at the chainsaw. Oh no! Okay, that's it. Let's go back. Let's go check on Minitini I, the original. It's been here at Rob and Trish's place for almost a month now.
Well, here she is, Minitini I. Yeah, looks great. I just heard a beep. Maybe there was something beeping in there. But in any case, I got some damp rid that I'm gonna put in there, replacing the one that we had. And yeah, Rob has been nice enough to store it for me here while we get the property ready. So it's very nice of him. It's showing its age, but you know, eventually I'm gonna restore it to its original beauty. We need some light in here. Well, yeah, I replaced the damp rids, and I had this spare light that is the one that used to be here. So I brought it here just in case one of these ever fails. I have an extra light here. The bungee cord for when we have the seats here again. And the one thing that I just disabled, I disabled the CO2 alarm because it was beeping. I need to get a new set of batteries for it, but today or tomorrow when I go into town, I'll get those.
Well, it may not look like much, but we've made a dent. Little dent. Tomorrow we're gonna get more help. It is absolutely gorgeous this time of the year. Well, this morning, before we started, we made some measurements just to make sure the driveway comes out straight, because it is very easy to get disoriented once you start going into the property. So we took the neighbor's fence as reference and marked our projected path with these fluorescent strings. Also, executive producer Greg Casita RV Live came by to help.
Alright everybody, wait till you see this. Wait till you see this. By the way, here's Greg, Rob and Trish. Without their help, this would not have been possible, by the way. But look at this. This is the entrance to Pelicamp South. Yeah, this tree has to go. It'll go eventually. But I didn't think this was going to be possible in such a short amount of time. And here we marked both sides what we wanted to get cleared. And as you see, it's going to stay as natural as possible on both sides here. And yeah, a lot needs to be cleaned up still. This is early days, but you can see the potential, right? And this here to the left, as soon as we get rid of this dead tree here, this here to the left is site 1, where Minitini I will reside. That's my neighbor. Eventually we're gonna put something there, so maybe he's a nice guy, but I don't know, maybe it's too close. And look at my beautiful pine tree here, which is gonna sit behind Minitini. And this is pretty much the end of phase 1 here of the property. Eventually we'll continue that way, and eventually we are going on a loop towards the back of the property. But this is what it looks like. You have no idea how happy it makes me to see this coming to fruition, you know. It looks great. We've made so much progress today.
Mark came all the way from Denellen, Florida to help us with the clearing, and today we are really going to get an idea of what we're working with here. With Mark's help, we're going to be able to reach almost the back of the property and realize some of the larger trees are gonna have to be professionally removed, especially the one at the front by the power lines.
Hello everybody and greetings once again from Pelicamp. That's Mark. He helped clearing with the second portion of actually, are you gonna track me? Yes, it's going backwards. Okay. It's supposed to follow me and not hit anything. So here we go. That's Mark, and I really want to thank him because we really made a big dent today in this project, man.
It was a pleasure. It was a lot of fun to meet you.
Nice
I'm sure everyone's the same way.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, man. And let me show you what he did, because today was yeah, come. You know, I've got the Pelican II following me here, and actually, let me turn this camera around to show you. I'm sure the drone is showing you the extent of what we've accomplished here, and but I wanna show you with this camera too. Here we go. This here to the left would be site number 1, as I like to call it. It's right next to my neighbor. Eventually we're gonna put some kind of barrier there, so for privacy. But it's beautiful, and this is probably where, as according to plan, this is where Minitini, the old Minitini, the original Minitini, that's where it's gonna go. And then here today we cleared, and by the way, this is where this was the extent that we cleared yesterday. Now today we continue, and we're gonna continue towards the back, and this is what we did today, which was mostly mark, and we got most of the trees that were here, and now we can reach the main area that I wanted to reach, which is, as you know, my pine tree. That's my pine tree. I love that pine tree. That pine tree is pretty much we're kind of, I thought I saw somebody there. This is kind of close to the back of the property, as we are right here, and this area is not quite cleared yet, because I want to, you know, maybe I'll come back here now, sit down, and see exactly what we're gonna do. And we still have about, I don't know, we still have about 10 feet going towards the back. Now this tree, we were gonna cut it down, but I don't know if we can save it. This tree is beautiful. I am not cutting down this tree, and it's still alive, unlike some of these other trees that are like almost dead. But that one is good. That one's a keeper for sure. And yeah, this is all we've done today. We recycled some of this bright fluorescent tape. That's my neighbor's property right there to the other side, which is and that we marked the tree that we wanted to keep, and we wanted to keep this other tree. I almost told them to cut it, but this is a bay leaf tree apparently, so we're gonna keep that one. This might be the area where we're gonna do the septic, but we don't know yet. It's early days, and I have never used this feature. And oh, what are you doing? No. Oh, that's no good. It's not supposed to do that. Ah. It's still alive.
This was December 19, 2020. The next day, I went back to Miami to celebrate the holidays. Then I spent January and February first at the Tampa RV show and then exploring Arizona. But you've already seen those videos, the West 2021 season. When we came back, in March 2021, we decided to call in the professionals to finish getting the land cleared. We got power, dug a well, a septic tank, and we even built a fence. But more about that in the next episode, in which we are going to finish developing Pelicamp. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the road.
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, and 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.